Hey guys, all right, so we have a pretty long skill today, and it's long only because it requires some self-love, okay? So you will need a little foam roller. If you don't have a foam roller, don't worry about it. Maybe we can find, if you have around the house, a frozen water bottle or a tube that's nice and strong. Maybe you have a tennis ball even. That would be perfect substitute for it, okay? So we're gonna do some squat therapy. This should take about 10 to 12 minutes, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and start out with your toes, okay? So what I want you guys to do is go ahead and spell the alphabet, okay? With each set of toes. So you're gonna start with the right, and you're gonna go ahead and start spelling out the A's and the B's and the C's all the way down to the Z, okay? That's gonna start moving your ankles around a little bit, all right? And you're gonna go ahead and switch to the left side, and same thing, you're gonna go ahead and spell the ABCs on the left side. Once you're done with that, you're gonna go ahead and find a good stance, and you're gonna give me 10 air squats, okay? Take your time with them, feel them out. You're gonna start opening up through the hip, making sure that you're nice and high, pushing yourself away, okay? So you're gonna do 10 air squats, and once that's done, we're gonna go for 2 minutes of foam rolling, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and start by foam rolling or soleus, and the soleus is the area right between the meaty part of your calf, which I don't have, by the way, but the meatiest part of the calf and your ankle where the little bone begins, okay? So it's gonna be right around this area where we find the soleus. So you're gonna go ahead and sit to place the foam roller or the bottle, even if you have an empty wine bottle or a full one, okay? And you can go ahead and place your foot over, and you're just gonna go side to side on it, okay? You're gonna do 1 minute on each soleus. 1 minute on the right, and then go ahead and do 1 minute on the left. Once you are done with that, okay? So it's just here, side to side. You can add the foot over to a little extra weight, okay? And the same thing on the other side, okay? Once that's done, we're gonna go ahead and do 20 air squats, okay? Same thing, making sure they feel nice and sturdy and good. Once you're done with those, we're gonna go ahead and do 2 more minutes of foam rolling, but this time we're gonna go ahead and target the glutes, okay? So if you have the tennis ball, you can also place it right at the glute area, okay? Going side to side, down and up. It's a big range muscle, so make sure that you're playing with the angles here. You can even cross your leg over for a little more nudge there, and then go side to side on it. And again, 1 minute on one side, 1 minute on the other. Once you're done with this 2-minute foam roller on the glutes, you're gonna go for 20 more air squats, okay? Boom, 20 air squats, and then we're gonna go ahead and foam roll or IT band, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and target the outside. The IT band is gonna be right here, boom, right on the outside. This area tends to be really sensitive when it's pressed into, so this might not feel too good. It's normal, okay? So as soon as you start rolling through, you're gonna feel like, oh, the face is gonna come on right away. Tends to be very tender, even if you don't work out, okay? So you're gonna go ahead and just access that area, boom. You're gonna go down and up on it, and then try shifting across it as well. You're gonna take 1 minute on the right, 1 minute on the left. Once that's done, you're gonna do 30 air squats, okay? So again, remember it's a squat therapy, so we're just loosening up the muscles, little fascia tension, release to help us open up a little better on those squats, okay? So once you're done with those 30, we're gonna do our last 2-minute roll, okay? And it's gonna be tending to the hip flexors, so more into the groin area or so, right up here. And the way you can do that is come down, put the roller through, and you're gonna go side to side on it, boom, okay? And again, 1 minute on each side. So you're targeting right about here. Okay, you can even put it a little higher up. Okay, you'll find your spot, you'll find what feels good. And when I mean good, I mean tender. Okay, it's gonna be pretty uncomfortable, but it's normal that it feels that way. It's just a good way to release that tension. Okay, and then lastly, when you're done with that one, you're gonna go ahead and do 10 wall air squats. I don't have an immediate wall where I can squeeze in because I have so much stuff on this side of the wall, but one way to do that is placing your hands behind your head, okay? You want to imagine that there's a wall right in front, and we're gonna go ahead and do 10 wall squats, Another way to do this is with our hands up in the air, with our hands touching the wall, and our face is pretty much sliding down the wall, okay? So this is what we are simulating with the wall squats, squeezing the glutes also. So you're going for 10, and then at the end, we're gonna go for 20 jumping squats, okay? So now we're squatting, jumping, make sure that you're explosive and you're getting air between your feet and the floor, okay? So that's your skill. That should take about 10 to 12 minutes. 12 minutes if you're doing it right, because remember we're doing 2 minutes of rolling on each side of our body, okay? Once that's done, we're gonna go for our workout, okay? And for a workout, we have 2 rounds of 8-minute AMRAP. So an AMRAP, again, is as many rounds as possible, okay? So the rounds will consist of 10 pistols and 10 burpees. Those are your 2 movements. Now the pistols, you guys can alternate. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then your burpees. And you're gonna do that over and over for 8 minutes. Your goal is to try and get as many rounds as you can. You will do 8 minutes of that. You will rest 2 minutes. And then you will do an additional 8 minutes of it for as many rounds as possible. Again, the same movements, okay? So for your pistol, you can also use a couch or a stool or a chair. Okay, so I want you guys to go ahead and place yourselves far enough so that you bring your right foot off. I want you guys to come forward with your chest, okay? It helps to also bring your hands out in front. So sending the hips back, loading our weight into our big leg, strong leg muscles, okay? So not the knee, don't dip forward, you wanna be sturdy, okay? So think about getting kicked in the belly, right? You're trying to protect it. That's how you wanna load into position 1. Sitting up, standing. And if you notice, I'm standing, my leg is still off the floor, okay? So off the floor, and up, and that's 2. And I'm gonna go for 10, alternating each leg, so 5 and 5, okay? And then once that's done, I'm gonna go for my 10 burpees, all the way down, peeling myself off, making sure that you're landing with your feet flat and not with your toes. Jump, okay? And these are your 2 movements. You have pistols, and you have burpees. So the workout will be a total of 18 minutes, including that 2-minute rest in between, okay? So pistols and burpees. With the pistols, feel free to go a little lower if it's too easy. If you feel like you're just sitting and kind of coming up, challenge yourself with something a little lower. And vice versa, if you are struggling a little bit, put maybe another pillow on top, so that you don't feel like you're stuck at the bottom, okay? That's all.